ladies and guys out here to think that a baby will necessarily also help you to grow up, because it's okay to be a teenager and to be selfish. And I want you all to truly hear me and understand that. It's okay to be a teenager and want to go out and get new outfits and go hang with your friends and get your nails done and your hair done. You're supposed to
do those things.
You're supposed to enjoy your life.
Yes.
It's a time for everything. And now that you girls have your baby, I'm just talking about to the ones who haven't had children yet. Enjoy your life, because it's a time. So prevent the heartaches and the hardship, because then once you have a child, once a child comes into the picture, it opens the door for so many more things that you really should not have to deal with as a teenager.
And let me tell you something. To quarterback what she's saying, everybody's TT in the midday, it's iPower 92.1. We're talking about teen pregnancy. Let me tell you something. At 14 years old, my mother left me and never came back. And my father wasn't in my life. And I would pray to this day that I wish I would have had the ability to have a teen life and to be selfish and not have to worry about nothing and to enjoy life as a teenager. When you are stripped away from that, you want it so bad. So all the girls who's sitting at home and who has their mom and their pops and they have that teenage life, enjoy it, because that's what it's there for. It's there for you to enjoy. It's there for you to shop and get all the sneakers you wanted and the hair you wanted and working at the McDonald's and working at those things. That's what your teenage life is all about. We had our lives stripped from us because we had to grow up in those circumstances. But that's not what it's supposed to be like. It's unfortunate, but it happened. And having a child isn't going to change those feelings. Mm-hmm. And that's the message I want you all to understand today. A child is not going to make you grow up. It's not going to do that, because them same issues and them same feelings you still going to have to deal with at the end of the day when it's all said and done. And if you don't deal with them, you know what's going to happen? Your child is going to deal with them. And the pattern is going to keep repeating itself. And that's the same thing that happened with my mom. That's the same thing that happened with me. And that's the same thing that's happening to my sister, who has 4 kids at 20 years old. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, and that's real talk. Yeah. It's not going to change because you have a kid. Yeah. And that's real talk, and we gotta take a break so I can wipe my MAC makeup up.
I was listening to your show a few minutes ago.
Yes.
And pretty much I wanted to say, yeah, teen pregnancy is not a good thing, but also at the same time, I'm 26 years old, and I had my first kid at 21, and it's hard. Mm-hmm. So pretty much I want these young ladies to know, regardless of how old you are, it's going to be hard to raise a kid, especially as a single mother.
Absolutely. Thank you for your comment. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Patrice, and I'm calling from Richmond.
All right, thanks for calling.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye. iPower 92.1. Hello, it's Girl Talk.
Hey, is this TT?
Yes.
Hey, I just been listening to your show, and I just want to say, man, thank you for keeping it real the way you are keeping it real today.
Thank you.
Man, I'm driving in my car and I'm almost in tears just at these young girls and the situations that they are facing. And so I just want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, man. Today's show is so powerful, and I wish that more people would be willing to be as real as you are on the air right now. So just big ups to you, man. Props to you and to all those sisters, my young, beautiful sisters in the building that are going through all these life-changing situations. Just, man, my hat is off to all of you. I'm praying God's best for all of their lives. I thank you so much for just keep doing what you're doing. I hope at some point you can do the same thing with some of these young guys out here that are, young fathers, because they need to be real as well. So I just had to call in to show some love. Thank you for doing this today. I hope there's a million teens in Richmond listening to what's going down today, and that's some real talk.
All right, thank you. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Gerald. I called in last week when you had the discussion about the 70-year-olds. A couple weeks ago, the 70-year-olds and babies. And so, like, every day around this time, I am glued. Girl talk, but I'm like, man, you are keeping it real and talking about the serious stuff that affects our youth, man. And so I love what you do. Keep doing what you do. No one does it better. No one.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
All right, you too. Well, let me adjust my seat on my throne and just sit. All right. It takes a lot to share your story. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot for you to open up to people and share what you guys are experiencing today. And part of me, you know, being so real with you guys, because I can identify with a lot of that behavior. But the difference between me through therapy and a lot of prayer and a lot of cleansing is I am able to identify with my feelings, and I understand where they come from. So now I understand why I did the things that I did. And that's why I just want you guys to take a look inside of yourself and understand and recognize where the feeling and the emotion is. Why do I feel I need to have a baby? What is a baby going to do to me emotionally? What am I seeking emotionally from this man that I have to not use a condom because I feel connected? I'm not saying that is you all, but what I'm saying is I can identify with those feelings. Miss J?
Yeah, it takes not only the teenagers, and that's a big thing. You know, I go into Richmond City Public Schools, and it's important for the adults, the parents, community leaders, church members to get involved and basically take our youth, not just our young ladies, but our males as well, our guys, and take them under their arms and be there. We got to get to know our children. We got to get involved in their lives. We got to get to know who they are and instill the right values in them so they can identify their own selves and know who I am, what I need to do to make myself okay. And I'm talking about myself. So you won't have to depend or rely on anybody else. No guy, nobody. Say, I could do it myself. You know, it's really important for parents to actually say, you know what? Even if they don't feel like it, just let me take my daughter to the mall and talk to her and see what's going on with her.
And that was
even if you don't want to do it.
Right. And my question to you ladies sitting in the studio, did your parents or anyone talk to you all about sex? No, you're shaking your head. Say no, because they can't see. Well, they can see y'all on the iPad. But for those of you who are not logged on to iPower921.com, no one talked to y'all about sex. And see, I think this is what happens in our community. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's like the gorilla in the room, and nobody wants to talk about it.
Well, it was different for me because my family did talk to me about sex.
Keisha.
But, you know, as a teenager, your parents talk to you about a lot of things. That don't mean you're going to listen.
Right.
So, I think that's a lot of cases with teenage girls. You know, they could be talking to you. Somebody else could be talking to you. Your friends could be telling you from their experience. Your sister, your brother. Didn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's going to be you and what you want to do. Even though, because your mom not going to be there right when you're about to have sex and like, don't do that. I told you not to do that. So, it's up to them.
Now, Miss J, do you find a lot of times when females come out and tell their parents, oh my gosh, Mom, I'm having sex, it's like, oh, what? What are you doing? Oh my God. But when a guy does it, it's like, all right, let me go buy you some condoms.
Yeah, you know, and that's the biggest thing. And I'm thank the gentleman who called in. It's very important. I would like some more men to call in and just give us their input so we could hear from their standpoints. But yes, it is that. Unfortunately, sometimes in our society we have double standards, you know, and everyone should be getting the same message. Mm-hmm. Everyone should be getting the same message. And for parents, of course, you don't want to hear that your child is having sex. Sometimes children, I've a lot of children that I've come in contact with have actually said, well, I haven't had sex yet, but I threw it out there to my parents to see what they would say. And because the parent reacted in such a
negative,
hysterical, negative way, it shut them down, and the kid went off to do what they wanted to do anyway. So it's important, and it's like you kind of gotta role play with yourself as adults and as parents to say, okay, it might come up, or you know, let me go to them first. And just think about when you were a teenager and you were having feelings and emotions and thoughts related to this. What did you want? Did you want to have someone that was there, that was going to listen to you, and that would give you truthful, honest advice? Did you want someone who was going to support you? You have to think about those things and try to put yourself into the teenager's shoes. But also you need to do it in a loving way, an educated way, and a sound, safe way as well. Yeah.
Okay, I would like to say something. All right, well, hold that thought. We got to pay some bills. Hold that thought, because, girl, this is a very important part.